something from a podcast. And this individual's name is Teal Swan. If you get a chance, look her up. And I learned something from her that I wish to add to the various things that I talk about usually. And the thing is about the shadow self. Now, a lot of us look at when somebody says to you, dive deep within you and find your shadow self, we usually attribute that exploration to something, finding something that is something you've suppressed that's negative. And here's a kind of a perspective that I heard, and I thought, wow, what an amazing perspective! What a perspective that helps us empower this. So I'm going to give you a brief overview of perspective on the shadow self. Then I'm going to provide you with a technique which you can tackle that and empower yourself to actually move forward. So let's talk about the shadow self first. The shadow self basically is something that does not have light on it, obviously. So when we think of a consciousness, when we think about you have a high vibration consciousness, we think about there's a lot of light in that consciousness. And where you don't have a high vibration consciousness, that there's a lot of darkness. And so, and usually we associate the darkness with something that's negative or evil. But if you looked at the consciousness, you look at the actual attributes of the light. Light is where you can see things, and darkness is where you can't see things. So have you an example where you can actually, there's something that's hidden, but it's awesome? Do you know of an example of that? Well, I can think of many. When I was a child, the tooth fairy, that money was hidden under my pillow. But when I took the money out, that was awesome. But that was in darkness until I brought it to light. And it was a gift. And a lot of us have seen that happen. Other things in the darkness is a hidden talent that you didn't know you had. So your shadow self is something that's hidden, could have something there is a hidden talent that you had no idea you had. But there are other things in the darkness. For example, when I snap at somebody, it's like, oh, here we go. There's something that was in the shadows. The important part here is it's now in the light. So it's a gift that my body has given me to provide me an opportunity to respond in a way that I can tell that it's not in the light, that it's not a high vibrational response, I should say. It's in the light, but it's not in a high vibrational response. So now I have a choice. And it's a choice. I can make a choice and say, I'm not ready for this, and it's okay. Put it back down. And the next time it comes up, perhaps you're ready for it. So, again, having the shadow within you, there are good things and bad things, which means that whenever you uncover a hidden thing from the shadow, bring it to light, and it's positive in your experience and in your perspective, it is a positive thing, then give gratitude. Because that is a shadow self of yours that's no longer shadow self. Now, something that comes up that triggers you in a way that you don't want to be triggered, anger, frustration perhaps, is something that has come up to heal. And so you have a choice point. If you did want to suppress it back, that's fine too. But if you wanted to address it and manage it, so the first thing you have to do is find the hidden gem in that. Your body is always tending to heal itself. And the way it heals itself is to actually move forward through a healing process, which means that it brings up things for you. And the process of bringing it up for you is a process of rebuilding something, which means it's a painful process from leaving from one kind of state to another state. What you have to do is you have to morph into that new state. And in that morphing is the stretching and the tension associated with pulling yourself from the unknown to the known and mastering that to a high vibration. So depending on how much of that shadow self is your lower vibration, depending on how much that is, and where you aspire to go to. So if you want to go from depression to compassion, it's a strong leap and you may not get there right away. You will get there, but you may not get there right away. So you want to aspire to small, gentle movements, and that's what we have to do. Is first, we have to recognize that this particular body wants to heal. When we come across and when we are triggered into a response, and that response is anger or frustration, it's something that we have to ask ourselves, okay, my body is now saying to me, I am ready to heal. and are we going to help the body heal? And then you can set the pace for that. So to help the body heal, you have to first recognize that it's a healing process. It's not the universe doing something to you or something at you. It is the universe helping you heal. You have to bring it at the forefront, and then you have to heal it. So when something negative happens, the universe wants to help you heal, and this is an opportunity for you to say, hey, let's partner. Let's do it. So the process is first recognize that it is a healing process and it's not something that's being done to you. That's number one. Number two is to find the actual pearl in that. So for example, if I had diabetes when I was diagnosed with diabetes when I was in my mid-20s, well, actually mid-20s, late 20s. So when I was diagnosed with that, of course, it was like, what is the universe doing to me? I mean, come on, really, this and that. It took me about 7 years, 7 years from the time I began to say enough is enough, because I was on the maximum amount of medications, and I was down on myself. I never respected myself. I had a self-esteem issue. And I didn't make friends because I didn't think I was worth being anyone's friend. And that's the depth I came from. Now, I guess I'm unbearable to most of you now because I'm in your face maybe sometimes. Who knows? It's just me. But now I found a path where only after I said to myself, okay, this pain has come up. The doctors told me I may have to go on insulin. They told me you're on a maximum amount of diabetes medication, maximum amount of all kinds of other medication. I was 55 pounds more weight than I am now. And it was all due to emotional and depression. And I had no idea that was the case. But the universe lit the path for me. I hit a brick wall when I found out, oh my God, I'm going down this road of ill health and I don't know where else it's going to take me. So I asked the universe to help me. Now, I didn't ask it in a traditional way where we sit down in meditation and do that. I just, at the very core of my being, I said, I want to heal this. So when that shadow part came out for me, I hit a brick wall, which is a universe's way of giving you the gift. And a gift to say it forces you off the fence. And I had to move into another area where I said, there's got to be a natural way of doing this. When that happened, I started listening to other people such as Greg Braden, Lee Carroll, Joe Dispenza, all these people. These are the people that helped, that I stood on their shoulders to kind of move out of this rut. And they helped me believe that my body can heal itself. Now, once I understood that shadow piece and I shone light on it, the universe brought everything to me and said, you can help yourself. There is a way. You want to look for a natural way out of this? You can. After I looked at this and brought it up in 7 years, I got off all my medications. I'm not taking any prescription medications, and I'm 55 pounds lighter now. I feel amazing. I have more energy than I've ever had before. I've been the fittest that I've ever had before, and I just love my life, and that is what happened. Because I looked back at that situation at some point in that 7-year journey of mine. I looked back at that situation and said, oh my God, there's two pearls hidden in there. The first pearl that's hidden in there is the fact that I was going down a path, and then I chose not to go down that path, and I'm on a path of a more healthier, enriched living, which is just a personal joy. There was nothing the universe wanted in return. The universe I did not feel that the universe said, no, but now you have to work for us. Nothing like that. It's just, we just want you to be happy, was the kind of feeling I got as I was embraced by individuals who showed me the path. The second thing that happened is I said, you know how many people I know who are going through the same path and are at various stages of this path. And oh my God, boy, do I have a lot of stuff to tell them that lights their path as well. And I can give back. And all of a sudden I was in this mode of service. So that's the hidden pearl and gem when I uncovered my shadow. But I had to first of all recognize it as a gift, that it's a gift from the universe. And if I can't see what that gift is right now, that's okay. You ask yourself, ask the universe, what is the gift in this? Show me the gift in this. And the universe will bring you information that shows you the gift in that. Once you know that, then you present it with gratitude, and you attach an emotion to that gift as one of learning and understanding, and accept it as, and not accept it, but approve it. Now, Teal Swan made the distinction between accepting it and approving it. Accepting is just swallowing it. It's not about okay, I'll just handle it. I'll just make it, take the painful shift. It's more about, I know what the benevolence in that particular issue was for me. My God, that's a pearl. I approve of it. If I had to go back and do it all over again, I would do it all over again, just because I know what's in store for me now. If that approval process is within very fiber of your being, and you resonate with that, that's the approval of that. You have just now uncovered the shadow part. You've now added it to your conscious area, and there's more shadow stuff that'll come up, and that's your process. That's the process. So to summarize, what needs to happen to uncover your shadow and to bring it into light and give it a higher vibration and transform yourself is, first of all, acknowledge it as a gift from the universe for showing you that there is a problem. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, but in this case it's not. It's showing you have a problem. Your question to ask is then acknowledge it as, and saying, okay, you know what? It's showing me as a problem. This has to be a gift. Just like the sky is blue, this is a gift. All right, I can't see what the gift is. Tell me, universe, what is the gift in this? And the universe will answer. Then you say, okay, now I'm going to attach an emotion to that, an emotion of achievement. I have mastered this thing. And if you haven't mastered this thing, you tell the universe, I want to master this thing, and I want to master it in the most efficient and gentle way I can. Let's get to work. And that will then dissipate into the ethers. Therefore, what you have done is to transform your shadow self and bring it into light, and then transform it once more by saying, I approve of this thing. And pretty soon your life will change and your perspective will change. Thank you for watching.